Hi, this is a short little video on using the clipping mask function in Illustrator. So this is from the previous video where I brought in an image that I had scanned and used it as a layer, which I have since gotten rid of, to trace and create a motif. So now from here, I can decide specific changes I want to do to some of this work here. So one of the things I talked about in the previous video was the use of filters. So my highlight is open, so I'm going to come in here to my highlight, and I'm going to go to my effects. So I have lots of different effects that I can choose from, and maybe I want to add a texture to this particular part. Again, lots of different options here. I'm going to go with one that I tend to really like, which creates like this little crackly look to it. So that is what it will look like. I think that's good. I could manipulate some of my features within this filter. I could make the spacing further apart, actually kind of like that. Okay, there we are. So now I still have my black outline. I could have chosen to get rid of that, but I actually think it gives a little separation between the other colors. So maybe I don't want this to be solid. Maybe I want this to be some sort of texture as well, but I don't want to use any of the effects. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to lock my highlight layer, I'm going to open my outline layer. When you use a clipping mask, the work that you do has to be done on the same layer. So I know this is my outline, this is right here, okay? So if I get rid of the color, I can bring in, I'm going to place, let's see, how about we do that bark? Obviously, the bark is much bigger. I want to send it to the back because I want this in front. I can make it much smaller. Let me zoom out. And the cool thing about a clipping mask is you can position it to clip it wherever you want. In other words, if I really want this mossy part to be part of it, I could arrange it so that it is. I can also play around with the grain line. I guess it's not really a grain line, I just see it as a grain line. Do a little bit more. All right, I think this is good. So I will get some of the moss at the very top. I kind of like the darkness that's going in there. Great. All right, in order to do a clipping mask, you have to have two things selected, and the thing that you want to be the shape has to be in front of the other. Now, I don't necessarily have to have an outline, so why don't I get rid of the outline as well? Okay, but it's still there. I want to select that and back. And now if I come into Object, Clipping Mask, Make, it clips it. Okay? I can release it and move my image around, but what I have done is I've used my outline to kind of work like a cookie cutter to cut out that clipping mask. That's it for this one.